Early history, 1880s to 1890s, George Eastman, the founder of Kodak, introduced the first Kodak camera in 1888, which was a simple box camera loaded with film. The camera came preloaded with a roll of film, and after all the exposures were made, the entire camera was returned to Kodak for film processing and printing. 1900s to 1920s, Kodak continued to innovate and dominate the photography market. In 1900, they introduced the Brownie camera, a simple and affordable camera that made photography accessible to the general public. The Brownie became very popular and helped Kodak expand its market share. Expansion and growth, 1930s to 1950s, Kodak continued to expand its product line and introduced new technologies. They developed Kodachrome color film in the 1930s, which became one of the most popular color films in the world. In the 1950s, they introduced the Kodak carousel projector, which became a staple in households and offices for slide presentations. 1960s to 1970s, Kodak remained a dominant force in the photography industry, but the first signs of competition and technological change began to emerge. Polaroid introduced instant cameras, providing consumers with immediate prints, and Japanese companies started to gain market share with more affordable cameras and high-quality film. Invention of the digital camera, 1970s to 1980s, despite being a leader in film photography, Kodak was also a pioneer in digital photography. Stephen Sasson, an engineer at Kodak, invented the first digital camera in 1975. However, Kodak was slow to recognize the potential of digital photography and was hesitant to invest heavily in the new technology. Decline and downfall, 1990s to 2000s, the rise of digital photography began to erode Kodak's dominance in the photography industry. Kodak entered the digital market but struggled to compete effectively with companies like Canon, Sony, and Nikon, who were more agile and innovative. Bankruptcy, 2012. Kodak's failure to adapt to the digital revolution, coupled with financial mismanagement and high fixed costs, led to its decline and eventual bankruptcy filing in 2012. The company was unable to generate sufficient revenue from its digital products to offset the decline in its film business and was burdened by debt and outdated infrastructure. Post-bankruptcy, 2013-present, after emerging from bankruptcy, Kodak has focused on commercial printing and imaging solutions, as well as licensing its brand to other manufacturers. The company has tried to reinvent itself and diversify its business, but it has struggled to regain its former glory and has faced challenges in a rapidly changing market. Conclusion: Kodak's history is a mix of innovation, dominance, and ultimately, failure to adapt to technological change. The company's downfall serves as a cautionary tale for businesses about the importance of innovation, adaptation, and strategic decision-making in a competitive and evolving market. The downfall of Kodak is a classic case study in business strategy and innovation. Once a giant in the photography industry, Kodak failed to adapt to the digital revolution, leading to its decline and bankruptcy filing in 2012. Here's a detailed look at the factors contributing to Kodak's downfall: failure to embrace digital technology. Despite Kodak's role in inventing the digital camera in 1975, the company was slow to recognize the potential of digital photography. Kodak was heavily invested in film, and the executives believed that film would remain dominant. This belief prevented them from fully investing in digital technology. Missed opportunities in digital market. While Kodak did enter the digital market, they failed to capitalize on it. They were late in developing and marketing digital cameras and related products. Competitors like Canon, Sony, and Nikon gained a significant market share by introducing innovative digital products and adapting quickly to market changes. Overemphasis on film business. Kodak continued to focus on its film business and neglected the rapidly growing digital market. The film business was declining, but Kodak was slow to diversify and invest in other areas. High fixed costs and inflexible structure. Kodak had a large manufacturing infrastructure built around film production. As the demand for film decreased, these fixed costs became burdensome. The company's structure was slow to adapt to the changing market conditions, making it difficult to cut costs and restructure efficiently. Management and strategic mistakes. Kodak's management failed to make strategic decisions that could have saved the company. They missed opportunities for partnerships, acquisitions, and investments in new technologies. The company was slow to make necessary changes and was often reactive rather than proactive in its approach. Financial missteps. Kodak struggled with debt and faced financial difficulties as its core business declined. The company failed to generate sufficient revenue from its digital products to offset the decline in its film business. Cultural and organizational issues. Kodak had a traditional corporate culture that was resistant to change. The organization was slow to adapt to new technologies and market trends, which hindered innovation and growth. Competitive pressure. Kodak faced intense competition from companies that were more innovative and agile in the digital photography market. Competitors were able to offer better products at lower prices, attracting customers away from Kodak. In conclusion, Kodak's downfall was a result of a combination of strategic missteps, failure to adapt to technological changes, and organizational issues. The company's inability to innovate and compete effectively in the digital photography market led to its decline and eventual bankruptcy. It serves as a cautionary tale for companies about the importance of adapting to change and embracing innovation to remain competitive in evolving markets.